thriving. So we do not see that we cannot revolutionize this. We are going to improve the productivity. We are going to improving the farmer's livelihood. And reducing the cost of production, as my previous colleague was mentioning. Okay, these are the challenges. Basically, the adoption of the technology is to take care of these challenges only. Next, please. So, friends, although we are number 2 after China, but the gap is vast. They are more than 60 million ton, and we are talking about 16 or 17 million ton. That is a gap between 1 and 2. And we have not tapped, we have an abundance of fresh water, means the fresh water available, but we have not tapped even the 30% of it. So it's a huge potential. So basically, the 30% of it. So it's a huge potential. So basically, because the problem of water pollution is there, the problem of degradation of the water ecosystem is there, and the climate change is also there. So to take care of all these, it is a very unorganized sector. So first is the market linkages. So many startups that they help the startups to understand the better, these are the inputs that you have to have, and then they provide these inputs at a right time, in a right price, in a right quantity at their doorsteps. So Manja is one that we worked with, and they have put up the stall here. Heel Venture is also another. Optify is another. So they are having the farm means the market linkages like the Aqua Connect and Aqua Exchange. These are the another who are providing the output marketing linkage, or we can say that the full stack solution, starting from the procurement of the input, feed, and advisory, and the facilitation during the harvest, and giving them the instant price, and they are basically providing the efficient supply chain and reducing the post-harvest losses. So that's how. Another is a precision agriculture, which are the adoption of so many combination of the technology based on AI and the data driven, so that they can take the decision instantaneously to reduce the cost of production, increase the productivity. So Kirti is here, so they are Rubik Reform. I'm really very happy to see him here. And another accelerate, another some of the sonar system is another some of really fish axis there. So these are some of the startups that they are really doing well in the system. Another is the better access, I have already mentioned to it, farm management, because it's the fishy farm, they have a bioflow system, so the farm management, Osua, they have another system, Optify, another have the feed concentration. So these are the new innovation which will really reduce the drudgery as well as improve the ecosystem, and improve the harvest also, improve the productivity and reduce the cost. Disease infestation will be reduced, aeration will be better, the pond management, water aeration will be better, so pond management will be better. So these are the new solution that these youngsters are providing. Really, it is a very good thriving ecosystem. Next, please. So basically, now we see the combination of the technology, and the adoption of these technology is really based on the data. So I have already given the example. So it's not IoT only, it's basically the combination of the technology that these startups are using and providing the innovative solution. It's not only one piece, it's a many piece of the technology that they build together, and they provide the innovative solution to achieve this. Next, please. So another is, because I have already mentioned these startups, so basically they are providing, again, it is also the farming as a services. So combination of the farm management solution, production assistance, as well access to the market. So it is again the combination. Initially, I got a chance to work with them very closely. I've seen, first they have, that is a right approach also. That first they have one solution, and then they see the opportunity in the second solution, and now I see that they have a full stack solution. That's how it has to be built. So it's really good to see them growing. It's always a pleasure for us. Next, please. So basically, what are the initiative has taken at the ministry level? It is one solution. It is end-to-end solution that we established 29 incubator in 23 states in one go. And in 20 states, ICR established the 50 incubator, including the fisheries one. And then the pre-seed and seed stage funding was also being attached. So that's how it's a very, very competitive grant, because we used to get around 7,000 applications in a year, where we are going to take only the 1,000 application, and the grant will be given not more than 400 startups. So it's quite competitive, but the number of applications that we reviewed in last 4-5 years is more than 25,000. So that gives the aspiration of the youngsters and the need of the hour that yes, these are something that has been really required. Next, please. So what we do with them? So basically, it's the technology validation and upscaling support. That's what they want. How this technology will be required and whether they need something tweak, because the investors are going to have that. Then the IPR support and then the funding support. Next, please. So these are some that we have the 2 months. So Kirti is one of the members to attend those. These are quite aggressive and very, very informative learning and one-on-one mentoring session, where we come to know about them, their problems, that how then we take them through the journey. Next, please. So this is very, very important session, the last mile connectivity, because it is an antibiotic or the vitamin. You should know about it, whether these particular features are required, in what price it is required. So we take them to the farmer's field, and then they display their technologies, and then they can validate their technology and their price and their features too. Next, please. So this is something that we are really proud to touch the life of more than 40 lakh farmers in agri and allied sector. So this is really what we did in last 4 years. So this is something that I feel really satisfied. It is a very satisfying journey, and to see them glowing and growing, so it's a matter of great satisfaction for us. Next, please. So as we move forward, so it is very, very important for these startups to stay focused on their mission of self-reliant sustainability, building on your previous successes. The vision of self-reliant India is deeply embedded in startup ecosystem, and which will be the guiding force in years to come. With these words, thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam. With the permission of the chair, because the next presenter is going to be virtual joined, so that we can have a couple of questions for Dr. Neerabhushan. If you wish to have some interactions with her. Please.
Just 1 second. Okay. So we have our Joint Secretary, Sagar Mehra sir here. So please, sir. Please. Yeah. So now we can take a few questions. So then later presidential address our Joint Secretary will give. Any queries, any questions regarding this one? Especially that youngsters who are sitting backside, we need to know what you understood, what are your ideas, how you can get into this fisheries business. Yeah.
Any questions we can entertain here? If not, I would like to start with some questions to Dr. Neerabhushan. Okay. Thank you, Madam. Thank you for a very impressive presentation, seeing the growth and so much of statistical information on that. But it's always a question comes to the farmer is when you talk about value addition or cost, benefit for them, there is a service cost that is always pegged to any service that is being offered to them. So the farmer always puzzles that who pays for the cost? Until unless he is justified, you pay for the cost and you get advantage over the cost. That sort of a demonstration is very much important when you want to take it to the field. That is a big challenge when we face when you're interacting with farmers. Any comments you have on this, please?
Right. It is a really very hard task to get the money from anybody's pocket. And if it comes to the farmer, if it is not value for money, so they are not going to pay for it. So now the challenge is ki when we talk about the startup, they really do not have the resources. When we give the funding or grant in aid support from the ministry, so basically we do 3-4 things for them. First is the technology validation, and then it is a pilot scale demonstration at the farmers level. So that is where farmers will get to know because they are quite hesitant in putting the money at that stage. But because we are funding from the ministry, so 2, 3, or 4 pilot money will be given, and then they will be in a position, the farmers will be in a position to evaluate, and the research institution, the incubators are involved, so our technical experts will also monitor how it performs and how it works. So that's how this system has been created, so that can infuse the confidence in the farmer's mind, ki, yes, it works. Yeah.
Thank you. I think such sort of information which filters into the farmers, okay, naturally just spreads like a fire, you know, they can spread, they'll be the spokesman speaking to each other about the benefits of all these startups and all that. So anything else on the startups you should see that, any areas you feel that we should look into, or any other benefits which you'd like to, Dr. Minisekaran, from your ornamentals, what do you like to say about your startups? What do you see about in the growth or anything else you see the startups could help you in your field?
Thank you very much. Mine is like exports, all the ornamental fish exporters, we, after EMPEDA's association is no more there, I think we are not, in the limelight, or we are not, so we would like to have a lot of support in the case of startups from Department of Fisheries and Marketing, all these things, And I'm also associated with the Kerala's Kerala Aquaventures International Limited. That's a small company. We need to understand a lot more about how that can be taken forward, this kind of small ornamental fish businesses.
Yeah, so what you mean is from the food fish to the ornamental fish?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay.
So ornamental fish is another one very big area for the trade, and
yes,
it has a lot of potential. But the point is whether when it comes to you, marketing will be your challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, and nobody is going to do your business. One should understand when we talk about this support. So it's only the facilitation and the connectivity, but the business you have to do. In the incubation, I always used to say that it's your business. It's not my business.
Yes, ma'am.
Got it?
What I
so
say...
So now coming to your, this is the first point that I gave this message to everybody, that it's your business. Okay, you have to take the decision. My role is just to facilitation and to give you that, okay, it works in my opinion, but it is up to you, you take my advice or not. The second is when we talk about this support, because there are so many good startups are here, so you can select some of the technology for having the greater production, for having the less mortality, for having the less diseases. So that is the support that you should look towards these startups. And because they are also connecting to the market, when we talk about the output market linkages, so they can help you. So basically, it's such a great ecosystem, you can help each other. Yeah. So aap logo ko khud, you have to connect with each other. So one has one solution, other has the another solution. So basically, solutions are among yourself.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We see that in domestic marketing and export marketing, there are two sectors. Yeah. So I think in India, a lot of attention is given to the domestic sector, but there is a lot of prospects happening in the export scenario also. We would like to have a lot of assistance from the fisheries and startups.
My comment is because India is a big market, even the foreigners are looking towards us.
Yes, domestic market.
First we have to fulfill or first we have to satisfy our appetite, and then whatever the left, definitely internationally is also our market.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Before we move to the next speaker, I have our Joint Secretary, Mr. Mehra. Sir, please.
Just reacting to what you said. See, in the ministry, we have a team working for us, that a team from Startup India, Ministry, Commerce, DPIIT team is there, and they are with us on permanent basis. They sit in our office only, and recently we organized, fisheries start grand challenge also we organized, and in that process we came to know that there are only still less than 100 DPIIT registered fisheries startups. See, and on the other hand, you can see that we are producing almost 8% of the world fish production. Though globally we have quite a big share, but when it comes to promoting innovation, innovative ideas, supporting startups, so what you can do, you can make a reference to the ministry. We can connect you with the Startup India team. They can look into, do you want to get connected to some investor, some innovator, you need some market support, you need what kind of linkages you need, you want to import some species, you want to breed some species. Because at our end in the ministry, we are also operating or running through NFDB a scheme for entrepreneurs, where you can get a assistance up to 1.2 crore also. So you must have briefed already. So it is not that you are alone and there is nobody to hear you out. We are very much there, and you please and feel it is for others also, not addressed to her only. If there is any startup who is in need of any kind of hand holding, from financial assistance to any incubation, because we have supported 2 incubators also, one with NCDC and another with, recently we gave one to Assam government also. They are also doing it. So please feel free, any startup, any your friend startup, if they want any kind, if you want me to connect to any foreign kind of company or investor or anything, just feel free and let us know. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for the very supportive statement. Thank you very much. Should we move to the next presenter, Mr. Ramesh Mittal, or our Joint Secretary, sir, you would like to have something else? Yeah, one more presentation. Okay. I think Mr. Ramesh Mittal is already connected. So we can. Mr. Ramesh Mittal will be talking about marketing strategies for agricultural diversities. Mr. Ramesh Mittal has got a very Ramesh Mittal, you can start now. We are looking forward to listen to you, sir. Mittal, you can speak. Sir, excuse me, Mr. Ramesh Mittal, please mute your other channels. You're echoing here. We can't hear you properly, sir. There is something that's crossing. You need to mute other channel which you are kept online in your screen. Yeah. I think the NFD, this one, you cut this one and you remove this, cut this one and put that one. You mute this one. Yeah. Currently, and we can open up Mr. Ramesh. Now for the speaker. Yes, sir, please go ahead, Mr. Ramesh Mittal. Can we hear you, sir? Sir, Mr. Ramesh Mittal, sorry, are you sure you are not logged into any other, because we hear something recorded messages, like a commentary, like a cricket commentary or something like that. Yeah, Mr. Ramesh Mittal, we are hearing something like a cricket commentary here. Is there anything you switch? Now we can't hear you. But we will try to sort it out because we'll go to the panel discussion. Then we will follow later, sir. We'll do that. Sorry. Try to connect it out. Okay. Yeah, the list. So while we try to get over this technical glitches, so we will have a panel discussion now. I would like to invite Mr. Pawan Kasraji, founder, Aqua Exchange Agri-Tech Private Limited. Mr. Pawan, please. Mr. Murugan Chidambaram, Chief Digital Officer of Aqua Connect. Please, Mr. Murugan. Yeah. Mr. Piyush Patil, MD and CEO of Optify Industrial Solutions. Mr. Piyush. And Mr. Sai Krishna from Fishy Farmers Private Limited. Please. Is Mr. Kriti Madina is here? Oh, here. Sorry. We are trying to reach you. Please. Okay, good. Thanks for being here. We could see all the young, impressive aquaculture startups, not related, aquaculture related startups. How we like to go about is, it's all right. We will start with Mr. Kriti Madina. Thank you. We will let you just talk about. Yes, sir. Sure. Excellent. That is a great opportunity for us to have Sir Sagar Mehra here, Joint Secretary. So we'd like to hear from him. After him speaks, all of you can talk about briefly about 5 minutes about what you do. Then we'll get into a panel discussion. Sir, a good. He's not going to have a presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. And I welcome you again, for this. No, I'm comfortable. You can. No, not an issue. We have been, at the ministry planning for quite some time to have, the consultation with all the stakeholders, and at some point of time, it was deliberated that, along with the domestic stakeholders, why not to have the, stakeholders from outside the, country, and have a, global perspective of the fisheries. Because right now, we live in a global village, and what I'm doing with my fisheries, like one of the, experts in the roundtable conference, he said that if you are in a Bay of Bengal, what you are doing will definitely, impact the fisheries, what we get in Bangladesh or what we get in Sri Lanka. So we have a, shared responsibility of managing our resources. So with that thing in mind, we decided we'll have a global fisheries conference, and where we can invite the stakeholders from, the bilateral partners as well as from international organizations, and can, wherever we have commonalities, where we have common interest, where we can take, advantage of the expertise available with their, institutions, their research institutes, their R&D knowledge base, their think tank, so that we can take advantage. And I believe that fisheries, especially in our country, in fisheries and aquaculture, there is a huge scope for capacity building, awareness, training programs. Be it any vertical of fisheries, training is very important, because now, we started with a, traditional fisheries, and now it is entirely a commercial science-based, discipline, industry. And, this morning only we released a fisheries statistics book, wherein you will see that we are producing now out of 175 lakh ton of fish, more than 132 lakh ton is coming from aquaculture only. So that way it becomes very important that in all our production systems, in our, R&D system, we bring in innovation, innovative ideas. We cut down the, cost of production. And what I, would like to share with you is that right now we are in the process of our fisheries, our aquaculture is in the phase of transformation. It's fueled by a wave of innovative startups that are disrupting the traditional technologies and practices and introducing new technologies. In the morning, I had the chance to visit this pavilion which we have put, and I visited few of the stalls which are still coming up, and I believe and I'm sure that many of us will be visiting the stalls which definitely have come up with some innovative ideas, and in various fields. They are doing it, addressing all kinds of, startups. They are addressing various challenges across the value chain, be it enhancing productivity, reducing post-harvest losses, to improve the marketing linkages and consumer awareness also. So it is not only, hardware side, it is software side also. Both the sides they are working, and I believe, let me, acknowledge in the very beginning, startup don't need aquaculture. Aquaculture needs startups. Fisheries need startups. So that way, there are quite a few things, which are contributing to the growth of, fisheries and aquaculture startups in our country. Though startup is at a very nascent stage, especially in aquaculture. Maybe in agriculture or other sector, it has already reached a particular stage, but in aquaculture, it is still in the, growing stage. So because of government initiatives, we have at our end, we did a, grand fisheries startup challenge. We gave 2-3 incubators also. Otherwise also in our scheme, that is Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana also, FIDF also, if we are getting any innovative project, we straightway try to make it, accommodate in our ongoing schemes and provisions. And apart from financial assistance, incubation support, market access opportunities also we support for startups. And in the age of when we have, artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, these are, areas which are opening up new possibilities for the startups to improve efficiency, traceability, sustainability of our fisheries and aquaculture. Because I have the chance to visit a few European countries and few Southeast Asian countries. Also, recently I was in Korea. There I could see that at a farm level itself, the technology, application is so much, starting from the, entry gate of the aquaculture unit. They biosecurity, biosafety, starting from the tire bath to getting that your suit and everything. But when I come back home, I find that in Haryana, UP, Western UP, Rajasthan, Punjab, the shrimp farming is coming in a big way, and every day some 100 acre of land is diverted for shrimp culture, but in the name of biosecurity, biosafety, and doing it with all the precaution is missing, and the wastage of used water, disposal of the used material is yet to happen. So these are quite few areas wherein startup can chip in to because whenever I ask the shrimp farm owner, in the name of cost, they cite that this cost of getting this biosecurity measure, getting this disposal of the used water would cost them lot of money. So if we have the technologies developed with the application of various software and hardware, the startup can help them in a big way to cut down the cost, because there are other countries like Ecuador was already eating into our export markets. If we are not able to bring down our cost of production, it is going to be a huge challenge. Then the other thing is, as this disposable income is increasing with the our youngsters, there is more and more demand for animal protein, fish protein also. So to meet this challenge, we need to produce more efficiently with higher productivity, with traceability, with sustainability. So all these 2-3 factors, they put pressure on innovation and innovative ideas, and in cutting down the cost, and to ensure that our farmers. See, right now at the ministry, I always feel the responsibility of getting my farmer the value for his investment. Otherwise, in due course, to make them stay in the aquaculture would be really very difficult. There are a few, 2-3 startups, AquaConnect, AquaExchange, and there are others who are maybe sitting with us only. We need more of them. We need more. Then how to replicate these success stories like AquaConnect and others, that also we need to work out. And if I request the panelists, if you can suggest that how at department level, at ministry level, we can chip in, how we can tweak the ongoing schemes and programs, so that when we meet next year at the Global Fisheries Conference, in place of 80, we should have some 800 startups, and we should be sitting in a bigger hall like 1,000 audience. So that kind of thing we can dream for fisheries, and I believe that the kind of youth, educated youth, engineering graduates, science graduates, biology, science graduates we are attracting in the aquaculture sector. I feel that aquaculture startup, fisheries aquaculture startup in our country, they have a very bright future, and I believe that with the ever increasing demand for fish and the government support, the adoption of technology will definitely push the demand for startup and their enhancing that, escalating their engagement with the fisheries and aquaculture. So far as schemes and programs are concerned, please feel free to share your views, your suggestions, where you feel that right now there are gaps, the infrastructure you need, the convergence you need, the tie-ups you need with domestic companies, with international companies. We can ensure that if, like she was mentioning, that there used to be some scheme which is right now not in operation. If there is anything which was earlier there, and there is anything like, if you want to import some inputs, some material which you think that the import duty should be brought down, because right now we'll be starting the budget exercise. If you feel anything which is going into feed, anything which is going into hardware, software, which you feel that the duties, import duties, custom tariff can be brought down and it can really help. Or if there is any issues with the state government, that also we can do, because I get a lot of references in my office from the industry associations. Startup as such do not have any industry association. So please, you can make reference collectively also and individually also. With these words, while concluding, my remarks, I believe that fisheries and aquaculture startups, they are poised for a significant growth in coming years, driven by favorable market conditions, government support, and technological advancements. And not only, just one thing which I was forgetting, that presently the startups are dotting only the few coastal states, 3-4 coastal states only. So we need more of you in the northeast, in the Himalayan states, in the North Plain states also, and please also engage with the J&K, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, because in the form of these cold water streams, they are producing good amount of rainbow trout. And right now the challenge for the farmers there is that how to transport it to the plain areas, say in Delhi and other areas, because locally this fish is selling only 5 to 600 rupees kg, whereas if you bring it down to Delhi and other states, other areas, it is selling 2,000, 3,000 plus rupees per kg. And the challenge is that how to do the quick freezing. If you can give some solution to them, that how they can hold it on after harvest for still a longer period till it is transported to the plain area. So these are few ideas which during my tour to all these states I have been told by farmers that these are their challenges, and how with the locally available material they can produce the feed also. Because once I visited Kargil and Nubra Valley, there I found that to get the seed there, to get a feed there, it is adding to the cost by 3 to 4 times. So it is very difficult. So if startups can go there, can interact with the farmers, can study their challenges, can interact with them and work out some solution. If any support is required from the department, we are always there. Please feel free to approach the department anytime. With these words, I thank all of you for joining us and paying attention to the discussion going on here. And now the floor would be open for the panel discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Very supportive as always. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. A few things which comes to mind after Mr. Akbara said is that the startup should have an industry association. If you really wanted to make your voice heard louder, that's a wonderful thing. The other thing he said is next year he wanted more startups in the aquaculture sector. You startups yourself can think of having satellite startups among yourselves, to give more incubation for other people to do that. Thank you very much, sir. And now I call Mr. Murugan from AquaConnect to talk about AquaConnect, whatever it is. You can be brief about what you're doing. You can use the mic there on the podium, and then we can try to do that. Yeah. No, you can just go ahead. You can speak about what you do. Then after that, every one of us will speak. Then we'll get into a discussion. Okay.
So myself, Murugan Chidambaram. I'm working for AquaConnect. We are digital company working specifically for aquaculture. To talk about our technologies, it is like we are using remote sensing satellite images to identify whether it is shrimp pond or fish pond, how many DOC on the shrimp, when that harvest will get ready. All these things we are doing through technology part. Yeah, sir, I'm done.
You can be a little more brief about what you do. Yeah.
Okay. So, as part of value chain, there are many players. We are primarily addressing on input side of the business and harvesting side, and how can we connect our aqua partners who is actually dealing with end farmers. Finally, we are dealing with partners and helping them to get farmer credits whenever they are buying inputs. And at the same time, we are connecting with the outside, that is harvest side. We are dealing with the processors, seafood processors, and we are also helping them to get a farmer credits on their own.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And now I invite Mr. Pawan from Founder Aqua Exchange Agritech to talk about few matters. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Namaskar. I'm Pawan. I'm the founder CEO for Aqua Exchange. I really thank the ministry and the officials for giving us the opportunity to share our experiences that we had with working with aquaculture farmers. So before going to the specifics of what we do, I just want to take a few seconds, I think also establishing as to why we need, first of all, technology to farmers, right? Let's think about our own lives, like our urban lives, the way we live. जैसे हम लोग आज जी रहे हैं, right? Compared to 30 years ago. 30 साल पहले कैसे थे, आज कैसे हैं हम लोग, right? So if I had to make a phone call, I don't know, I think some of the elders will relate to this. We would actually make a trunk call, wait for 20 minutes, and speak about it. What do we do now? We'll take a phone, we speak, right, to wherever in the world. Forget about my next city, anywhere in the world. So our life has changed so much. Now what happens to the farmer? He's doing exactly the same way he's doing 30 years ago. He still has to go to the farm. He still is exposed to the same vagaries of the problems that are there. Those problems have not changed, right? You take any aspect of our lives. Earlier, if we had to book up, gas cylinder, we used to go to the gas shop, stay there, stand there, and that used to be a half a day affair. Today, phone call, IVR system, I press number 1, your gas is booked. Our life has changed so much with technology, and that brought efficiency also into it. It improved our productivity. So the same thing, the need of the hour that we are discussing here, is the same thing has to happen with the farmers also. Why do we leave them? Why are they still doing the same thing that they're doing 30 years ago? That's the first aspect. The second one is, let me just also lay out a few problems that farmers kind of face. Instead of giving any big words for that, I'll give you an example. I think many of us here are salaried employees. So what if I tell you that tomorrow you'll get a job? I'll say your salary is 30,000 rupees, but 1 month you'll get 5,000, next month you'll get 30,000, next month you'll get 50,000. Nobody knows how much you'll get. But you're supposed to work, How would you run your life with that? That is the problem that a farmer faces. He has no assurance on the amount he gets. He has no assurance on how he can run his business, right? That's the problem when we speak of linkages, market linkages, output linkages, etc. Today, if we do our job, if we kind of work in our own this thing, we are trained on certain things. There will be, like, for example, an accountant. He's trained on a particular accounting tool. And if he does the same 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 10 points, he knows his output. But the same thing for a farmer, he's trained on something, he does those 10 things, the output will be different. And then he's told that, no, you're not supposed to do that. You would not have done that. And it's a live animal, first of all. There is no standardization there. And that is what a farmer lives with day in, day out. So in that context, right now, I think all of us here, what we are trying to do is, we are trying to bring in a few tools. For example, in our own case with Aqua Exchange, what we are trying to do, we are using a certain technology tools, for example, like IoT tools, Internet of Things, right? These are sensors, for example. We are giving that reliability to farmer. Now, the farmer sitting wherever he is currently from sitting on this podium, I can check my farm, first of all. I know exactly what is the status of that. If there is a problem, for example, there's something called an aerator. That's very crucial. That's basically like an oxygen machine for an ICU patient. That's how critical it is for shrimp farms, right? If it stops, your shrimp are going to stress and they might die. So farmer needs to know. That he can get to do. The second thing, the way you do feeding, the way you do the other management of the entire farm, all these things, once you automate, you are giving at least a bit more, let's say, reliability to the farming process. And that's what all of us here are trying to do. That's the first thing. Second thing, I should really thank Dr. Neeru Bhushan ma'am, because she actually covered everything that needs to be done very clearly. You know, right from precision agriculture to farm management to inputs to financing to outputs, basically, right? And once we solve the base level farmer problems like this, so we have, like, for example, 10 different products which help the farmer day in, day out. And she also touched upon one other thing. I think Santan Krishnan sir asked the question, who's bearing the cost for it? Right? All these things are so good to see. But what if I have to spend 5 times what I'm earning on that? Or if I have to put in capital on that, right? That's when we need to bring in, again, financial models. For example, in our case, whenever we speak of a product, we don't speak of the cost of the product. How is it possible? It is possible if we can have immediate ROI, return on investment. That means if a farmer spends 10 rupees, he should be able to see 30 to 40 or 50 rupees benefit immediately. Not goodwill benefits, etc. It's cash benefits, basically. He should save money. And that is how we can then speak of technology, not in terms of cost, but in terms of savings. So today we work with about more than 40,000 acres of farmers, and all these farmers are saving money by using technology devices. That is, I think, one of the other ways we can actually help technology to proliferate. We can help them. And in addition to that, once we have all these in place, now we are able to give banking finance to these farmers. Because banks are also able to see what is happening, that the visibility is coming in. So whatever I'm speaking is already done, by the way. In fact, we are working with State Bank of India, Kotak, etc., to give loans to farmers directly at a lower interest rate than the market. And last but not the least, the protection, right? The entire kind of confidence comes through provision of insurance to the farmers. We are doing that too. So these are the areas in which we can, I think, in some ways make a bit of a meaningful impact to the farmers themselves. That's where we start and that's where we work. And to the point that Sagar Mehra sir mentioned that, you know, how do we increase this, the ecosystem players in this, 8 to 80? I think, sir, the only way that I can say is, by the way, I have worked in many sectors like technology, finance, etc. In many other sectors, you have so many competitors doing so many things. You are one in the big ocean. Here, whatever do that impact, right, it's going to affect so many people. That sheer joy of solving problems, right, that is what you get here to all the budding entrepreneurs. If you want to make an impact and get that joy, please do come to aquaculture. Here, this very, very wide field, very few players, you can get that great satisfaction here working in aquaculture. I once again thank all the organizers for this opportunity to share our experiences. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paul. Mr. Piyush Patel, would you like to brief about your company and your activity?
Hi, good evening. My name is Piyush. I am from Optify. We add value in the aquaculture chain at the raw material stage. The most expensive part of farming the fish is the fish food. And our technology aims to bring the price of the fish food down to increase the shelf life and to increase the nutrient and uptake from the fish feed and shrimp feed. So how we do that? We have basically captured the tacit knowledge of running the fish feed mills, and this can be replicated to remote locations, in the captive mills by the farmers. So, and imagine a centralized AI knowing all the physics, all the past data, the psychrometry, mass energy balance, to run the machine completely autonomously, whether it be a large mill or a mill owned by a farmer. So that is technology that we give to the feed mills and the small mills to the fish feed farmers, the fish farmers. So how is it different than automation? We are optimization solution. We are not automation solution. So the decision on how to run the plant, what speed, pressure, temperature, airflow, humidity, how the plant should run, that knowledge can now be offloaded to an algorithms. We provide such algorithms. We use made in India hardware to run such algorithms. And this complete solution makes a backbone of optimizing the feed production. In addition to hardware and softwares, the analytic tools like IoT tools, the reports, tracking the efficiency and productivity, all these challenges, they are sorted in the solution. Various stakeholders, be it the, we give our products to two main customers. First is the export feed businesses, feed mills, and other is to the captive farm owners. So for both of them, we give different kind of products. So where consistent improvement, getting global level feed from by retrofitting our product into existing mills. That is a technology that we are selling to the customers. The best optimum way that is being sold to the customers, and they can replicate the best practices encapsulated inside an algorithm. For fish farmers who own the feed mills, they can be distributed across the India, across the geography. Actually, the cost of logistics for the feed is an important parameter of which markets can the feed mills target. With the distributed approach towards the small feed mills, they can rest assured that the right type of talent, the right type of expertise lies there in the form of software. So yes, we aim to bring the price of the fish feed down. We aim to increase the feed to conversion ratio, to increase the stability of the feed, and to make it more economical for the farmers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Sai Krishna from Fisheries and Farmers, please.
Very good evening to one and all. I feel extremely honored to be present here and give my points on the startup ecosphere. I am Sai Krishna representing Fishy Farmers. So we actually manufacture filters which are different from the existing filters in the industry. We are energy efficient because we don't use any water pumps to use a filtration. We are also water efficient because we don't clean our filters using water, we use air. By this way, we have reduced the energy consumption by 80% and water consumption, which is used for backwashing, by close to about 90%. We have patented the product, and yes, that's where we are. We set up farms, and most importantly, we try to encourage new people to come into aquaculture. That is one more very important part. That is one way we can increase our production, and the only way we can do that is by making the act of making fish or growing fish as easy as possible. And that is where we come into the picture. Our systems are maintenance free. You don't need to touch any of our filters once they are installed. And being part of this journey has also shown many ways which we can't explore. Like my company cannot do things like, as Sagar sir was telling about the last mile connectivity, where the farmer has to sell the fish into the city, but because of the ability for him to freeze it for a certain period of time is a huge question mark. And that is where, sir, we are working with a startup called Tan90. Okay, they have great solutions in actually freezing the product, and that ice can be refrozen back, and that is a huge impact on it. And one more thing, we are also closely working with Jalajivika, who actually take pride in going very deep into rural India and then promoting aquaculture, because I personally feel we all are working to farmers who are already in aquaculture. But what's more important is we encourage people who are not in aquaculture to take up aquaculture and then make sure that it is a profitable business. And that's what we are striving for. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Mr. Krishna. Mr. Madina from is founder Robic Rufam India Private Limited.
So good evening everyone, the delegatories and my peer members from the industry. So we are so honored to have this discussion and putting our viewpoints on this. So basically, Sagar sir, I would like to have a pardon from a point where you said aquaculture needs us and we probably doesn't need aquaculture, but this statement might be wrong with us, because we started our journey to tackle a situation for the coconut farmers. We thought of having basically a small tractor where a coconut farmer can transport the coconut in the field and settle it in one place. But while our journey, while we started from the incubation systems, we were asked to meet to the farmers because we are from the technical backgrounds, getting from the engineering. We don't know the agriculture or the aquaculture properly, what Nirubhushan ma'am has said. So we were asked to go to the farmers, talk to them. We met around 30 farmers, asking them what's the problem. We want to stay with you for 1 or 2 days. We want to talk to you. They used to refuse. Some of the people used to refuse. Some of the people used to have a great, treatment towards us. And then we fortunately met up with a farmer from Vijayawada who said us, we have one problem that needs to be addressed. And though we have many products related to this, we didn't find any accuracy to that. That is the automations, that is the IoT monitoring, that is the implementation of the 24 hours, 365 days monitoring systems. Let's say a farmer is traveling to somewhere. He is a patient probably a patient. He's invested 3 CR or probably more than that. If he gets a news that his pond is getting to die, probably within a second or probably within an hour or probably within next coming 6-7 hours, the condition will be very fatal to him. So the accuracy of the data that we are giving to the farmers has to be very much appropriately towards above 95% or probably 99%. So this was the major agenda for us to start with. And we thought we'll have specific sensors. We basically developed the IoT devices for aquaculture. Also at present, we are working on the image analytics of the creature, the behavior of the creature under the water, may it be the stress condition, may it be the unstressed conditions. Apart from that, we are also working on reducing the mortality rate through the gender switching in shrimp culture, basically. Also, we'll be focusing on fishes with the gender switching specifically to the beluga fish. Also, this beluga fish gives caviar. We are working on that. Probably, sir, we'll be focusing on the northern part, which is much more towards the Himalayan parts with this beluga concept. So, to continue on this topic, the farmers himself said the accuracy is not so good in the market. We want a device that is very much accurate, that we should rely on each and every time. Though we are not the suppliers or the producers of the sensors, we can't say that each and every device we give will be the 99% because it's related to the sensors and we are just making the IoT devices. So beyond this point, when any farmer is handling a pond, let's say if he had asked any technician to take over the pond and look after it, let's say if he had slept in the night time, probably if a person haven't bothered the data that is coming on to the mobile application that your DO value is below 3 ppm. So what exactly happens? Why a farmer, if he is not in the pond, couldn't respond to the reactions or the activities that has to be taken in the pond? So this reaction time of 3 to 4 hours, probably in the shrimp, and 6 to 7 hours in the fishes are very much specific to sustaining the crop for next another probably 1 month, 2 months of the farmer's crop time. That has to be reduced and that has to be addressed at the right time. So to have this reaction time in a shorter period and to have automations towards that reaction time is something we are focusing. And also I request any startups that is basically working on aerators. And we startups that are working on IoT devices, that's a great marriage that we'll be having, because having a aerator connected to an IoT device will solve a lot of problems, specifically in the initial stages of the problem, what any farmer might face. So hope I make some sense with my words, and we'll be looking forward to the panel discussion.
Thank you very much. It's been very impressive to listen to all the young minds, what is the difference they can bring to not only automation, as Mr. Piyush said, optimizing also, and what is the value they can bring to the aquaculture sector, cross-section aquaculture sector. So I always tell people, managing a farm is very easy, farm management. farmer management is very difficult. So these types of automations will really pave way for these uncertainties in farmer management so that it will be very accuracy in terms of data as well as implementation also. Any questions from the audience to this, to tickle these young brains? I could see all of them sitting with the huge opportunity. I could see a large amount of opportunity with each one of them in their fields, what they have been expressed in different aspects. So, because we see a lot of things have come into disease diagnosis also. We see in overseas, they use no more plating with agar plates and all that. Everything has become image screening now. And everything has become very advanced. So I think in the due course of time, the farm management will become so easy, everything is automated. So farmer need not worry what the technician, whether is sleeping or not and all that. Everything will be totally automated. It's just run with the switch of the button or with your mobile phones. It's being done on that. So please, let's have some questions to this people or some more questions on that. No questions? Yes, sir, please.
Yeah, thank you very much for all five, as Mr. Santam Krishnan mentioned. Young minds, yeah, the new things, you came to know that. I think it's a question for all of you. I have two questions. Precisely for Pawan, you made a statement, still our farmers are little traditional, conservative when it comes to adopting the technologies and all those things. So since all 4, 5, you have, fantastic things like filtration, many other things and all those things. So how to reach out to the farmers? So what exactly, like government interventions, or where exactly we are failing? When we have so many technologies like IoT or TOT or automation, your robots, latest all our e-platforms and all those things. So, when you gone through the papers and all those things, it's very, it's very interesting. But when you see the in the field, nothing, not much. I can't say nothing. It's not much happening. So as you mentioned, is it any gaps are there or missing links are there where connect, like extension connectivity or any other things, which is we are unable to reach out to the farmers and convince them, give it demos, give it trials, so where they can convince, understand and adopt the technology. That's one part. The second part is, I think from morning, our Honorable Minister and Chief Minister also mentioned about our achievement from last 9 years. We have reached almost like 170 lakh ton. Okay, our target is 220 lakh. We are having, confident to achieve that. So parallelly, we are increasing production. So cost of production is increasing, value of fish is not increasing. In India, I think everybody will agree with me. So it's a price-sensitive market. We always bargain for the food. Okay, so we is there. So now, when we have so much production with us, huge non-veg eating population, close to 70%. So how, we can reach out to the people to make it, the guy is eating once in a week to make it 2 times, or who is eating 2 times to make it 3 times. So we more of chicken eaters than fish eaters. So, with your new ideas, new things and all those things, where development agency like NFDB and our Department of Fisheries, Government of and come into the, with joint collaborations, where we can reach out and we can make it, this will be more attractive and more utilizing and industry aspect of this particular fishes thing. Yeah, this is. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I would like to comment on this, on increasing awareness among the consumption of fish.
So firstly, to answer the first question, like how should we actually encourage farmer to take up the technology? I personally feel the technology, whatever we are giving to the farmer, should firstly be easy to use. Secondly, should be cheap in price. Once these two are sorted, the third most important thing is he should see the technology functioning right in front of his eyes. And for the third part is where we require hand holding. That is the most important thing, and that's one of the reasons we are closely tied up with NGOs and FPOs and FFPOs and even few startups, as I mentioned, Jaljivika, who actually take that initiative to be with them, to show them that it can be done, and only then when the farmer sees the production coming out, that's when he actually believes in the technology. That is the first point I would like to say, sir. And the second point is how should we control the cost of the cost of fish, especially when the wholesale market price is so less. There are again two answers which there are two answers. So first is through feed management, sir. And by feed management, I mean to make your own feed, which is promoted by many ICAR institutes to manufacture your own feed. And the second most important thing is value addition of products. That is where you can actually increase the value of the product. These were the two questions you put forth, sir. So yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Definitely. I would like to add from a different perspective, like how we, from the feed perspective, approach the farmers. So for us, the way I see is we need to build trust in the farmers. Like the way the farmer procures the fish feed is on the basis of trust he has with the dealer, and dealer play a major role. Now, a simple technology like having a QR code which gives you proof that the feed he has purchased is genuine, it has the right composition based on sensors, that thing can start bringing trust in the customers. Now, this same thing can be expanded to the micronutrients and the additives required for this. So, and the technology, just like this thing can be integrated into, just like UPI in ONDC, these things, they can be centralized. So that just a scan of QR code away, there's a trust in the farmer. And once that is set up, once that, the chain of dealers is, instead of getting from the dealers, because he needs a genuine product, he can confidently buy it online and rely on, getting the genuine product. That is how you bring them into that ecosystem, genuine feed, genuine medicines, and from that training and teaching can be brought more to them. So they will come in, but we have to start. And Optify is more towards the innovation in the industrial side. So we explore these things. And yes, so I see that as an opportunity.
Okay. No, you carry on. Sir, I think one is easy, one is tough, sir. The easy part is how can we get farmers to use it? We create a very good product, they'll use it. I think nobody has seen an ad for Gmail or Google Maps, right? But we all use it. Product should be good, they'll use it. In fact, they will come to us. That's the easy part. But in that, from the government side, sir, one of the things that we personally experience with farmers is farmers have been exposed to many, many technologies where there were false starts also. That means they got bad experience, etc. So from the government agency side, that filtration could be one thing, where, for example, that working can be determined before and filtered products can be then put forward, because they do observe these things a lot. In fact, when I'm coming here, 10 farmers already called me, because they observe all these things also. That's one. So that's the easy part. Make a good product, they'll use it. The cost of production is, I think, a more complex beast, sir, because that involves all points of the value chain, right? We have to get into every single part. For example, financing. We have to reduce the cost there. A farmer's own beliefs of what works and what not works. Like Santan Krishna sir here will be I think evidence to say that many a times they actually incur costs where they're not required at all. So all the education is required, right? Last but not the least, market variabilities. So for that, we would need a very concerted full stack model where we are able to help the farmer from all possible angles. Bring in formal finance. To support that, we have to bring in a bit of insurance, because no bank will come up without insurance product, because banks can't take the risk of this particular situation. And then we need to bring in a supportive marketplace structure also. For detailed things, we're definitely more than happy to sit and work with you, sir, where we can do the interventions. Yeah, thank you.
I'll take 2 minutes. From AquaConnect point of view, we are dealing with farmers. I can say invisible technology. It is not directly to farmers who can actually use those technology, but yes, we are giving all those technology benefits to farmers via community-driven activities called aqua officers. They are the one equipped and trained for technology, and they are internally dealing with farmers. That's what we do in AquaConnect.
Then after you finish, please, we'll come back to you. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, all of you, for being present. I think most of you have to go leave for join the other session also. Okay, thank you very much and wish you all the best. Okay. Bring more startups next year. Thank you. Yeah. Would you like to be there? Sir? I'd like to have a photograph with you, sir. Please. Yes. Thank you. No one, Mr. Ramesh Mittal is still pending. He's still there? Mr. Ramesh Mittal? Okay, sir. Sorry to keep you holding because we are running short of time. If you can make a brief presentation, we'll be happy to listen to you so that we can hand over the place to the next session. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Please go ahead, sir. Yes, please. Go ahead. Yes, we are. You are.
Agriculture marketing is the group by the Minister of Farmer Welfare focus on research, education, consultancy, training, and knowledge partner for this is holding 4 partners for mentor like Mr. Lope, IT Kharagpur, and Bihar Agriculture University. We are already working. So CCS Niyama Center for Innovation and Skill Development has established Innovation Center, known as the NAVI, Niyam Incubation Center. And in order to promote agri-business startup in the RQI Raftar scheme has been launched in 2018. Farmer welfare and agri startups are nurtured through countrywide incubation as under like 2 schemes are already. One is for pre-seed, which is the ideal stage, where up to the 5 lakh rupees and prototype stage, where up to the 25 lakh rupees grant is supported by the incubation. So Niam Agri Incubation Center and partner Ravis are providing 2-month training to startup under the ABO program. This program is pretty unique and scheme is also very unique. Now in this unique scheme, there is no caste bar, no age bar, no education bar, nothing. I mean, anyone, especially for farmers, I request all the farmers, anyone can apply, no need to go for the any kind of lodging boarding is also free, everything is basically free. The idea is fruitful, good. 3 things are required. One is innovation, second is viability of the project, and third is social impact, because we people are working in the area. So the thrust area for the startups we just look at, and fishery and aquaculture are part of that. Sometimes what we feel fish means the direct fish. Aquaculture means simply anything which is from the sea, but it is not like that. Many kind of services are required to support this particular sector. We just name it like farm health, agriculture, allied sector, animal husbandry, dairy, resource management, fintech, engineering, mechanization, farming, logistics, agriculture, input and biotechnology, IoT, AI, post harvest, food technology, and value addition, waste to wealth, clean energy. Just indicating this, anyone with a good idea, aquaculture, may open incubation centers across the country. 229 centers are working, 5 knowledge partners are is beyond. So the overview of the system is not to repeat many things, but already many spoken about it. It is the second largest distribution and the third largest distribution. Indian Blue Revolution has led to a major improvement of fishing. The industry are regarded as sunrise sector and are anticipated to have a big impact on the Indian economy. Indian fisheries have recently seen paradigm shift from inland to marine dominated percent middle of to 70% in the past, double the jump. The sector supports the livelihood of roughly 16 million fishers and fish farmers and thousands of people along the value chain. More than 10% of the world fish, shellfish species are found. India's rich and diverse fisheries in deep sea, lakes, pond, and rivers. The farm shrimp production increased from 20 million tons. 1970 to look at that, 7.47 lakh metric tons, adding significantly to the export revenue of fish, which has been tremendous expansion over few decades. We have produced 7.96% fish, which is very huge. Lot of potential, lot of opportunities are available. Startup ecosystem are new. Look at the last 10 years, we are growing and coming very close to the number 3 now, and the ecosystem is already there. The overview of again the estimated total fish output like 22 is 15.5 metric ton, with a contribution from the inland and marine sector from 11.50 like 3.48 mm. But the market
Please, silence, please. No. Please, silence, please. Speaker is speaking, please.
US $5.37 billion. Huge amount. US is the largest. This is great thing because US is one of the toughest markets. We are exporting seafood and great opportunity for our startup. And fisheries have experienced the transition from the capital of the aquaculture over the past 20 years. With 34% share inland fisheries in the middle of the 90s. Freshwater aquaculture has expanded roughly 76%. Government of India recognized potential of this industry with the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, which is a new flagship program, significant investment of like $2.46 billion in the country. Government aims to increase the fish production from 140 lakh tons to 0 lakh tons by 2025. This is great opportunity for our Indian farmers. Look at this graph also. And fish production 21-22 was 0.8. So one more diagram. This is the food trend. Now focus is startups or they are going to add some more value. Open forum. All the startups come forward. Apply for such kind of RTP. But 29 working across the country, 5 knowledge partners, agency like NIAM, institutes like NIAM, they are inviting applications on pan-India basis. Surprised to know more than 15 crore rupees has been disbursed as a grant. 550 startups have been developed and mentored and funded right now. Look at this export trend for marine products from India. I told you US is the tough market, but still in this sector, the performance of the authority for is highest, 43%, and it shows the kind of quality work done by the India. So it's a very sensitive issue, food item, fish, and you know, American society and American are not just developing nations or third world nations. So that is again very good attraction for our Indian entrepreneurs as well as the partners. So top 5 fisheries states, we people are looking for such states. Why? Because we need a lot of good startups from these states because their production is good and just look at the tons of production over and over and so they have good opportunity to participate in startup ecosystem and come up with a good startup. Government initiative, as I already told you, I am not out of time on it. Yojana, which is well known scheme, aquaculture, infrastructure development fund, that is also well known. I believe all startups and entrepreneurs are taking advantage of such coming forward, make country healthy as well as like they are also growing. Now, I have chosen 2 startups to showcase as a case study. People have incubated 2 startups, and this is just indicative, this for maybe the example. Now, others may look at how we are supporting, how we are mentoring startups. So, one was innovation 1. Now, here 3 things are very, very important. The basis of the solution itself, that is innovation. Second is feasibility and viability for the economic plan. Third is social impact. You know, agriculture needs to address social impact. I mean, we have to rope in social impact also. Cannot go for for few people who are benefited. Not support such kind of need to support such ecosystem where the mass are going to benefited right from the farmer to big exporter or processor or entrepreneur. So the virtual pond has their system for startup and pond specific solution farmer drone stack. Now look at this is very, very important. The problem statement was lack of the real time problem identification and the absence of timely technical support in aquaculture leads to mortality, morbidity, low productivity of water bodies used for the commercial aquaculture operation. Also encourages use of unnecessary antibiotics and chemicals which is big threat to export. Time to time are things kind of use before. So we have to be very careful regarding that. Then replication of the quality practices of laboring farmers now. Copycat, not a good. And the manipulation in quality of feed and production products and their inflated rates also. That was the and solution, virtual delivery of aquaculture, the pond data management, PS location, based pond enrollment, lab test, water testing kit, prebiotic culture, water sanitizer, water detox, sanitizer, and water treatment products which provide handling for fish wet on all, field coordinator project, quick pond health diagnosis, 7, low productivity, pond, virtual disease, virtual advice, solution for farmer dose, on data management software, one-stop solution, selection, farming, method selection, stocking management support, clearing management support. So that was the solution. Look at the problem also. I'll appeal all the come forward and look at such kind of good startups. They have good opportunity. Then for that also, protection services basically, aquaculture site search and site analysis, water and soil quality analysis.
Sorry to intervene, sir. We need to. Sorry to intervene. Sir, sorry to intervene. If you could sum up, it will be better, sir. Thank you very much, because we need to hand over the session to the next one. Thank you so much. Thanks for understanding. Sir, if you can just sum up, it will be better. Just okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for impressive presentation. Any questions here, or we can now we can even address it to CASC if later that's needed. Okay, they can email. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you all very much. My sincere thanks to Dr. Murthy, CEO NFDB, sir. Thanks for your time and for the continued support, and for the CASC also for all your support in organizing this industry interaction program, and for the speakers and for the panelists. Thank you very much. Thank you.